How's it going, everyone? Yep, Movie and Game Lover 98 here, and today I'll be doing a stream showing off part 3 of my Thomas and Friends home media collection, the whole collection. Yep, when we last left with part 2, I got from Thomas's Sodor celebration all the way to Schoolhouse Delivery. Pardon me. And now this one for part 3, we're going to be starting off, the rest are just going to be mainly CGI Thomas releases. Even though this is going to be the whole collection, yes, we're going to be starting off with Blue Mountain Mystery in a sec, and I'll provide the link if anyone wants to join. There we go, I got the link provided, and if anyone's ready to join, they're welcome to join. Hi, Yakking with Friends. Hello, Thomas MLP Fan 123, and hello, Koza. Yep. As soon as I get a couple guests, we'll start off with this home media collection, the Thomas 1 2023 edition, part 3, which I forgot to mention, but that's okay. So, yep, as soon as some people join, I'll be getting started on the collection. Yakking with Friends says, do I want Polar Express on VHS? No thanks, Yakking with Friends. I already have it on Blu-ray, but I'm going to be upgrading it to 4K as soon as possible. And Lance Jackson says, hello, I'm also a big Thomas fan. I remember watching Calling All Engines. That's cool, Lance. I do remember Calling All Engines as well. Okay, you can try to join it, but I'm going to just warn you, I don't want anything disturbing me like echoing sound effects, and yeah. And William Waldrop says, I'll be there in a second. Okay, William Waldrop. So, yep, like I said, I provide the link if anyone wants to join. And Yak with Friends says, do I know the Beatles? Yes, I do. They're a great rock band because you know Ringo Starr is the one who plays the drums, and the others play it's two guitars, or one of them plays guitar and one of them plays a different instrument, and one of them sings. Or maybe Ringo Starr does also do performance as a singer as well. And yeah. Should I mute my microphone, Akoza? Yeah, I think you should keep yours muted because I don't want any echoing sound effects. But yeah, I guess I'll just get started, excuse me, with showing off Blue Mountain Mystery on Blu-ray. Because I know it will take a while for these people to join. Yep, Blue Mountain Mystery, the last Thomas movie to be animated by Nitrogen Studios. And yeah. Blazing. How are you? And Yakin with Friends says, how old am I? I'm 24 years old, Yakin, and I'm going to be 25 this June. But yeah, let's get started with Blue Mountain Mystery on Blu-ray. Like I said, the 7th Thomas movie ever made, but it's the very last one to be animated by Nitrogen Studios. And it's the last movie that Michael Brandon does narrate before Mark Morgan. Yakman Friend says I'm strange. Says 199 years old? Are you trying to say you're just 19 years old yakking with friends? And William Walter says I'm thinking watching all the Shineham Station episodes for the 34th anniversary. That's in a few days, by the way, William Waldrop, the 34th anniversary of Shineham Station. Let me see. I'm supposed to join. Thomas MLP fan.
Hello.
Hey, Thomas MLP fan 123. Welcome to my Thomas Home Media Collection Stream, the 2023 edition. Part 3. We're doing Blue Mountain Mystery first.
My favorite movie of Thomas and Friends at all time.
Yeah, of the CGI era. Yes, I know it has some flaws. Well, not just really big flaws, but just a tiny flaw. I despise a lot. And Akoza says I'm 21 years old. That's cool, Akoza. I'll be 25 this year in June.
I'll be 17 in June.
Wow, you're the same month as my birthday. But yeah, I don't know if you have this movie on DVD or Blu-ray. Thomas LP fan 123. But yeah, Blue Mountain Mystery, I know a lot of people just have the normal DVD version. Even though I want to do something really, really cool because I don't mind showing off UK releases of Thomas as a bonus. But yeah, here's Blue Mountain Mystery on Blu-ray, and the DVD's behind there, which I probably could. Well, you can see there's the DVD because I can tell which one's Blu-ray and which one's DVD. But yes, they have some flashbacks in CGI that happened during the classic series. You know, during A Scar for Percy and Percy's flashback. Yeah. And Henry's, it's the sad story of Henry, Eric K. Come Out Henry in the US, and Thomas's It's Down the Mine from season 1. Even though for some reason there's an error where Henry's still in the new shape in the flashback and Come Out Henry, even though he's supposed to not have the new shape yet. But yeah. And a lot of people say they like the working together from this movie, from Blue Mountain Mystery, rather than the King of the Railway version, which we'll see King of the Railway later on in the collection. Hacking with Friends says Polar Express 2. What do you mean there's no such thing as a Polar Express 2, Yakking? I don't think they're going to make a sequel to the Polar Express. Yeah, William Waldrop says, I find it strange that Henry was in his new ship. Yeah, I find that strange too, William Waldrop, just like they did in the flashback, also in The Adventure Begins, which we may get to, but we're not sure. But yeah, Blue Mountain Mystery, yes, I recommend this release. And luckily, this is the last movie that Michael Brandon is the narrator, as well as voicing Diesel, because I'm pleased about that. And Yakking with Friends says, my father made that idea. Huh, it's interesting, Yakking. But yes, I have one part that I despise in this movie. Guess it. The narrow gauge engines run away from Thomas, but even though he told it to Victor what really happened. So I guess the reasons why is because Victor is the only narrow gauge engine owned by Sir Topham Hatt. Even though they could have just been pleased that Thomas did find what could have really solved that mystery, what happened to the yellow engine, it was Victor. But yeah, Blue Mountain Mystery, yes, I recommend this movie. And Thomas Lee Fan 123, do you have the standard DVD or do you have the Blu-ray like me? Oh,
I have the standard DVD.
okay. I'm probably gonna do this when I get the slipcover version of the standard DVD, but I'll sell the bare US DVD copy, but I can just have the UK DVD release underneath. It'd be kind of cool, me having a US slipcover of the DVD release of Blue Mountain over the UK bare DVD copy. Wouldn't that be interesting? Because then I could just have them all with slipcovers still. Because like I said, I really want to try doing UK Thomas releases, even though they will not play in my 4K player, which I know that sucks. And Lance Jackson says, what do I think of Thomas on the Magical Railroad? That's kind of a weird one, but I guess I'll accept it. I'm not sure. But yeah, Blue Mountain Mystery, it's a great movie. And like I said, it's the very last one that Sharon Miller ever wrote before they made Andrew Brenner become the writer of the next movie, King of the Railway, which will be much later in the collection. But now let's get on to A Very Thomas Christmas. First one to have all season 16 episodes. And yeah, Mr. Perkins, this one he's trying to get some rest before he gets off on his next thing out on the tracks tomorrow to meet the railway inspector with Gordon at Brendam Docks early in the morning, and none of these things work. And Akosa says, what do I think of Thomas reboot? Terrible. I don't recommend All Engines Go. Everything about it is bad, but there's only a few things I like about the reboot of Thomas All Engines Go. Lastly, yeah, Perkins, he's getting ready. He has to go to bed so he can get ready for the special in the morning to meet the railway inspector with Gordon at the docks, and none of these things will make him fall asleep, but luckily him listening to engines made him fall asleep finally. But yeah. And also the episodes, yes, there's one YouTuber called Trevor Davis where he hates both. He hates both the Christmas Tree Express and Ho Ho Snowman, yes, because those have stupid problems for some reason. But yeah, A Very Thomas Christmas is a cool release. It's pretty shiny. And William Walsh says, I like the front cover of My Very Thomas Christmas. Thank you, William. It is shiny. I'm glad I got the version that has a slipcover. I don't like the universal versions of A Very Thomas Christmas because they just didn't have the slipcover. And the 2016 re-release by Universal doesn't even have a shiny thing on it. Maybe it does, I don't know, because I don't have that version. But I like this version because it has a shiny thing on the slipcover. But yeah. But the other episodes are nice, like Salty Surprise and Emily's Winter Party Special. Even though I was not like this with Emily and Emily's Winter Party Special, where I didn't open up my Christmas presents without my parents, because that was like me. I was a stupid kid that one time on Christmas where I actually opened up all the Christmas presents before everyone woke up. I made that stupid mistake back then as a kid. And Akosa says, me too, very nice shiny slipcover. Thank you, Akosa. Like I said, it's a very nice shiny one. It's got like reflects off the light. It's cool. That's why I chose this over the recent Universal re-release. And yeah, Salty Surprise is a very cool episode, William says. Yep, it is true, because Edward tries his hardest to find something to give to Salty, and he found the perfect thing, a good story to tell. But yeah. Very Thomas Christmas, yes, I recommend this release. Yeah, first one of all season 16. And next up, Sticky Situations, the last release of 2012. And this one with Perkins, he's trying to find the gold coins of Gordon, James, and Thomas to go out on a treasure hunt with the children. And eventually he finds them. And this is the first episode where Butch does actually speak. Unlike in previous ones before this episode, he had just made a cameo without speaking. And Yaking says, I'm in high school. That's cool, Yaking. Which school grade are you in, Yaking? Because, well, it can be any... I know you're probably in one of the 4 high school grades. It doesn't honestly matter. And William Walters says, with magnets. That's nice. I have mine in this copy, William. I decided to keep them in the shrink wrap because I don't want to open them. But yeah, the episode Stuck on You, where this is the first time we get to see Butch talking, but I know some people say this is one of the terrible episodes. Even though it was cool to see Butch talk finally. Well, this is his first time officially speaking, but this is his second appearance kind of in CGI because he made a cameo at the end of The first time he appeared in full CGI was at the end of Misty Island Rescue, like I said, but he didn't speak until this episode. But yeah. And also, yes, Biff Bash Bosch game will get reused on Spills and Thrills. And also, the other episodes, I get to finally own them in my possession on DVD. Spencer the Grand, Gordon and Ferdinand, and the last one, Charlie and Eddie. Where you can see, well, it's right there. That's Charlie and Edward. That's from Charlie and Eddie. And, yep. Last release of 2012, Sticky Situations. I definitely recommend this because it looks pretty cool. Some people say the episodes are bad, but the Perkins segments are cool. And Yakima Friends says, if you were in Polar Express, I will be the Santa. Oh, you'd be the Santa, Yakin. That Miss Yakin. That'd be kind of cool. Or yeah, that'd be cool if you were Yakin with friends, yet you were the Santa. I would either be the conductor or the narrator or the boy. Honestly. Because I remember that one time I was just the train whistle when I did that play of the Polar Express book. But yeah. Sticky Situations, I recommend this release. Yep, Sticky Situations, there it is. And next up, first release of 2013, Muddy Matters. And Mock says, what's my least favorite Dragon Tales episode? My least favorites would definitely have to be Finn's Blanky, Big Funky Cloud, No Hitter, Bully for You, Much Ado About Nodlings. I think those are the ones I dislike the most of Dragon Tales mocks because, well, in Finn's Blanky, I hate when Finn throws a tantrum, even though in earlier episodes before this one, he doesn't throw a fit about wanting something back. Cloud, Ord will not stop acting like a crybaby because he misses his Blanky so much. And in No Hitter, Max just gets away with his hitting, and eventually he got his comeuppance, and he had to go out for the timeout during the game, and then it would be harder for him to play the game. So that's why I dislike those episodes mocks. But yeah, Money Matters, first release of 2013. Yep, this one with Perkins, he's getting ready for like a yard sale in the Engine Driver's Common Room, and he has to find a book for Sir Tom Hat. And Koza says was my least favorite Blue's Clues / Blues Room episodes. Blue's Clues, I gotta say, I dislike Love Day because of the scene in Paprika crying in Love Day. That's the only one with Joe I know that she cries, Paprika, because when her dad said he didn't like her anymore and it made her start to cry. Oh my god. But I know there's one Steve episode where Paprika does actually cry, which is Nature. I mean, I haven't seen Nature, so I probably will not like it. I still won't like it because I know I still will dislike the scene with Paprika crying a lot in Nature of Blue's Clues with Steve. And for Blues Room, I've got to say It's Hug Day. I really don't like It's Hug Day because of that story that Blue reads. I don't like it. And William Walter says, I like the line, when the blazes apply to that emergency brake. Yeah, I used to hate it back then, but I got used to it now, William, because it's just due to the voice actor Tom Hanks voicing the conductor. You know, Woody's voice actor from Toy Story does the voice of the conductor, the boy, and the father, and the mysterious hobo. Like, Tom Hanks can voice more characters than just the conductor. But yeah. This one with Perkins, Money Matters. He's getting ready for a yard sale in the Engine Driver's Common Room. And he has to find that book for Sir Topham Hatt called Great Railway Journeys Around the World. And and Perkins, he eventually finds the book and he has to get everything sorted, ready for the sale. And Money Matters, the episode itself. It reminds some people saying it doesn't matter if they're dirty, they're just trying to get to something on time. It didn't matter if they were dirty. I will also ask you this, Thomas LMP fan 123. Does it remind you of the Thomas and Friends book, Go Train Go? Oh, wait, he's muted. But anyway, Toss the Garbage Train, where Thomas tries to smell sweet to take the Duchess to Teofili Hattie. Or instead, if he had just done his job properly, instead of trying to smell sweet, then he would have caused that crash. He wouldn't have caused that crash. But yeah. And also, like I said, Don't Bother Victor is an opposite of Sir Handel in charge from season 11. This one with Peter Sam being in charge. Sir Handel in charge. Well, it was Sir Handel's turn to be in charge. But yeah, and with Swish, where Whiff he wants to be grand like Spencer, and he still did his job even if he was still Whiffy Whiff. And about Thomas Toots the Crows, yeah, about that episode, Thomas Toots the Crows, William Waldron. Thomas Toots the Crows is a radical episode where Thomas makes the crows go away. Yeah, he's supposed to like stay at the field because that's what scarecrows are supposed to do in real life. You know how scarecrows just stay where they are in the field in real life, and they just scare crows away when they think they're gonna just eat the seeds. But like I said, I see scarecrows in cornfields too. You know, like these little like cornfields you see in these pumpkin patches in real life. And Akoza says, "What do I think about Mario Strikers Battle League?" I don't know about anything about it, Akoza. I don't have that game yet. I'm trying to focus on getting an apartment first, and then I'll eventually get more games soon. But yeah, Money Matters. I recommend this release. Now on to the next release. Go, go, Thomas. Yeah, Go, go, Thomas. Second release of 2013. And this one has the funniest Perkins scenes you can ever imagine. This one where he's trying to teach Archie Higginbottom how to be a really useful engine driver. And none of the lessons go according to plan. Like, they're just all funny. This is probably one of the best Perkins scenes I've ever seen on a Thomas release in my entire life. This one with Perkins trying to teach Archie how to be a really useful engine driver, and nothing goes according to plan. But yeah, they're really funny. I recommend watching them. Well, if you have this DVD, or if you can just watch the UK version on YouTube. And Koza says it's similar to some Go-Go something anime. Tamagotchi anime. I don't know anything about anime, Koza. Sorry, I'm not the biggest fan of anime. The only ones I like are kid-friendly ones like Sonic X or some Pokemon, or those are the only like kid-friendly, those friendly kind of animes I like. Because those are like based on video games, yeah, even though they're meant for kids, even though they are based off of video games, and anyone can watch them. But yeah, Go-Go Thomas has some of the coolest episodes. Express coming through where Thomas tries to pull the Express and he can't do it. He struggles in that episode, but in A Big Day for Thomas, he did just fine when Henry wasn't feeling well. But yeah, Race to the Rescue, where Flynn tries to brave the roads while trying to take out a fire at Sir Tom Head's shed, and he has to go on the roads to get to it. But yeah, and also Flashbang Wallop is a funny episode. Like every time Tom says the word Flashbang Wallop, it gets me every time. And Welcome Stafford. Yes, it reminds me of like how Stafford runs on battery because he doesn't run on coal and water like a steamy or diesel fuel like a diesel. He's a special one who uses a battery to keep it recharged. And the final episode, Old Wheezy Wobbles, where the logging locos are sad that Old Wheezy doesn't work anymore, and Thomas knew the right thing to actually make Old Wheezy work and make both Den and Dart fix him. But yeah, there's the special features. Well, we know what they are. And yeah, Go Thomas. I recommend this release. It's really cool. And next up, Railway Mischief. First season 17 release, and the first DVD to have Mark Morgan as the narrator. It's the last one to have all Perkins scenes in between the episodes. This one where he's getting ready to fill in for Mr. Arkwright to do the annual engine driver soccer match against the steam engine drivers against the diesel engine drivers. Pardon me. And yep, this one where Perkins, yes, he has to get ready for the game, and he couldn't find the whistle, but then all of a sudden he had a solution: make Thomas be his whistle. Because yes, if any of you guys played soccer, the referee blows his whistle to say you did something wrong. But yeah, and of course, all these episodes like from the Renaissance era, I don't even have issues with. I like to watch all of these. They're fun to watch. And William Walter says, I remember getting Railway Mischief on my birthday back in 2013. That's kind of cool, William. I wish I could have gotten this for my birthday, honestly, because even though I wanted to get it when it first came out, even though I just missed out on it for some reason, even though I wanted to see it so bad, I could have gotten it with a slipcover, but at least I have the Take and Play poster thing inside. Which, yes, here it is. Because I know when it released at all retailers, they eventually just took it away. Well, it doesn't come in when you got second run at like a year after it released. Oh, and Koza says I'm not a fan of Thomas. That sucks, Koza, but I will try to get Lionsgate version's DVD. Well, that would be true, Koza, because Lionsgate was Thomas's distributor until 2014 when Universal bought out the rights. But yeah, Railway Mischief has good episodes. I do like all these episodes. And Sodor Hide and Seek game is on this release again, ever since it was previously seen on Pop Goes Thomas. And the All You Need Are Friends music video is finally on DVD. Just like we were missing a season 6 song on DVD of Thomas from the classic series called Never 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 Give Up, which was on The Greatest Stories. And get this, I know the Guess Who puzzles, they're Kevin, Scruff, Gordon. And the way how Mark Morgan says Gordon is kind of funny. After he says, did you guess? He says, Gordon. Isn't that funny? But yeah. And William Waldrop says season 17 is a very good Thomas season. That's correctly true, William Waldrop. Yep. Railway Mischief. I recommend this release. I know I'm trying to get a slipcover for mine, but like I said, I have all the Thomas releases good, which is a good thing. But like I said, I'm trying to focus on getting an apartment right now because I really want to get my apartment, like lease, whatever you call it, so I can move into my own place so I can do my streams and videos much easier. But of course, I have to focus. Yes, I know I'll have to really work hard on having. And oops, sorry that guys, that was my phone. But anyway, Railway Mischief, yes, I recommend this release. And oh man, not this. Animals Aboard. Oh my god, why'd they seriously have to make this? And the bad thing is they didn't even put the Perkins scene something else. They just reused the Toss Runaway Kite scenes. Let me just quickly show it off because I really don't want to talk about what's on this release at all. But yeah, Animals Aboard, I don't really want to talk about this release much. Let's just move it out of the way because I really don't want to talk much about it. Except they did put it with episodes about animals, so I think Hit Entertainment was like, we need to make something to add more money to our cost, to our budget. But here's something good. King of the Railway, my favorite Toss movie of the Renaissance era. Yep, the first movie where Mark Morgan is the narrator. And Light Blue Yoshi Fano 2 says hello. Hello, Light Blue Yoshi Fano 2. And Akoza says I like the new seasons of Toss. That's cool, Akoza. Because I know like they kind of have CGI like the anime. And oh, it's a big one, William. I recently found out that before All Engines Go, there were plans for a 25th season of the original Thomas, where Thomas thinks about time travel and it would make the return of Ringo Starr. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, King of the Railway is some cool things I like. The new characters in this one are really amazing. They're all amazing. The Earl, Stephen, Millie, and Connor, Caitlin. But yeah, King of the Railway, I recommend this movie. There's not much to say. It's really good. And the good thing is they didn't have to make Henry use special coal anymore, which I'm pleased about. Because, well, Henry has been taking ordinary coal since the very start. William Walsh says, I agree. That's what the Thomas wikis say. Yeah, kind of true, William. And King of the Railway, yes, I recommend this. But yeah. Next up, Santa's Little Engine. Yep, it has 2 episodes from 2 different eras, but Mark Morgan does redub Snow Tracks. Because I guess they had to add an extra 5th episode, so they redubbed Snow Tracks from the Splish Splash Splosh release. But this one, Thomas doesn't even scream help in the Mark Morgan redub, but in the Michael Brandon original version, he does. Even though it would be cool if he did, but yeah. And also, yes, the Sir Tom Hat's Frosty Friend game is reused on this release from Merry Winter Wish. And the Guess Who puzzles are Rocky, Sir Tom Hat, and Thomas. Yeah, Santa's Little Engine is a really cool release. Like I said, there's not much to talk about most of these Brenner era episodes. And William Walters said, remember Santa's Little Engine for Christmas in 2013 along with the Thomas Way. That's cool, William. I unfortunately got this in King of the Railway after Christmas of 2013. I should have gotten these for Christmas, honestly, because, I could have seen these before Christmas of 2013 even came. But yeah, Santa's Little Engine is a cool release. And Koza says Thomas All Engines Go reboot was okay. I think it's terrible, 100% in my opinion, Akoza. And next up, the Thomas Way, the very last release of 2013, aka the last release where the episodes go full screen, where we don't have to see full screen on Thomas episodes ever again. Yep, this is my favorite season 17 Thomas release of all time. Like I mentioned before in someone else's stream, the Thomas Way is my favorite season 17 episode where Thomas is the spotlight. Percy's Lucky Day is also my favorite episode on this release as it has Percy's the spotlight. It's the one of season 17 where Percy's the spotlight. That's one of my favorites. So now I have 2 favorite episodes on this release. But yeah, the Thomas Way, I recommend this release. And yep, last release of 2013, like I said. And this one is an instance where they do play a music video in between the episodes in the program. This one they play Hey Hey Thomas in between the Switch and Percy's Lucky Day. And they play the Mr. Perkins thing where he's on the Heritage Railway after Percy's Lucky Day is over. And before Calm Down Caitlin comes. But next up, we go to Spills and Thrills, not to be confused with Spills and Chills. This is really, we get to see the episodes go widescreen this time. And Yakking with Friends says, who is my favorite album of all time? I really don't have a favorite Yakking with Friends. But yeah, Spills and Thrills, I recommend getting this release. Yeah, Spills and Thrills. And it uses Biff Bash Bosh game again, just like on Sticky Situations, like I mentioned earlier. And William made another thing about six more seasons of Thomas, both Mark Morgan returning as the narrator. Well, that would be true, William. Or they could just use a different Mark actor, because I guess Mark Morgan didn't really want to do it. Do I know the game called Roblox? I heard of it, but I just never played it. But yeah, Spills and Thrills. Yes, I recommend this. All the episodes are great. And yeah. And next up, Trouble on the Tracks on PC game from the 2000s. First one to have season 18 this time. And I for Jake Martin says William Waldron says hey to Jake. And guys, I know I provide the link, Jake Martin and William Waldrop. In case you do want to join, I guess I could provide the link again if you guys don't mind. Yeah, I'll just, if you guys don't mind, with Jake Martin and Jake Martin says All Engines Goes Garbage. I agree, Jake Martin. And William Walter says Toad's Adventure is my favorite season 18 episode of Thomas. That's cool. Like I said, guys, if you guys need the link again, I'll provide it again if you guys don't mind. Akosa says, remember, turn off your microphones. Well, then I can't talk to those guys, Akosa. So I want to show them the collection as well. But yeah, Trouble in the Tracks, I recommend this release. What else did they say? Yeah, those comments earlier. Yes, like I said, Jake Martin and William Waldrop. I'm going to provide you guys the link again if you guys don't mind. If you guys forgot about the link, if you guys do want to join, I'll just do it again just to be sure. And Yakin with Friends says, I hear the Polar Express did great on 4K. Yeah, I think it might have, because I mean, I haven't seen the 4K version of Polar Express just yet. Sorry, but yeah. As I provided the link for the others to hopefully join, because I just did do it again just to be safe. Let's go to Engines to the Rescue, the first release by Universal, but still has season 17 episodes still. Yep. Nothing to say about these episodes either, except they're really cool. Having come to the rescue. Koza says, how come Polar Express is not getting another sequel? I don't know how they're going to make a sequel to the Polar Express, Koza. That's way too impossible. But yeah. What that was. Engines to the rescue. And where was I? Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something distracting me yakking, so I turned the mic off for a sec. But yeah, Engines to the rescue. I recommend Engines to the rescue. It's going to be hard to find this, so you guys have to try your hardest. It's hard to find one of the rare CGI Thomas releases to find. Just like Thomas's Christmas Wonderland is the hardest Thomas model DVD to find because it was never re-released without the CD. And next up, Tale of the Brave. Yeah, some people's least favorite Thomas movie of the Brenner era. But yeah. Yeah, I have a problem with this movie. Percy being mean to Thomas, it just makes me mad. It just pisses me off. Sorry. Sorry for saying that, guys. Yeah, that scene just pisses me off. Sorry. Because seriously, why would Percy get pissed at Thomas saying for not believing him?
Hey.
Jake, welcome to part 3 of this stream of me showing my Thomas Media collection, the whole version. I know you get to join on because I'm at Tale of the Brave already.
Oh yes. I have engines to the rescue. Excuse me. I got it through this one.
Yeah.
And
now I'm showing Tale of the Brave, the actual movie.
Now I have Tale of the Brave on DVD.
Which I know, yes, you got before Christmas last year in December. Like in December before Christmas.
Okay. And yes, we do hate the part where Percy's being a jerk to Thomas.
Like, even if Mark Morgan still said his narration when Percy still went away all mad, but he was forced to stay, and he didn't even he was told to stay, and he didn't even do what he was told.
Oh yes, I have the booklet out because thumbs down for Good to Grow Juice.
Yeah, at least the Skull Collection, I'm going much farther. Yes, like I said, I'm at Tale of the Brave since you joined. Yes, but also another thing that disappointed me: Toby was not in the movie.
Oh man, I know. I have no idea why Toby appears. I mean, he did not appear.
I know, that sucks, because Andrew Brenner says that he and James are his favorite characters.
Oh, and also, oh yes, I forgot to mention there's some mistakes in Percy Saves the Day. There's no question mark for what's the matter with Henry.
Really? Like, I mean, they should have just called Percy Saves the Day. But the episode is called Percy Gets It Right.
See, no question mark.
But did you know in the PBS version of What's the Matter with Henry, they put with twice?
Okay. Oh, and also, for this one, there's a mistake on the box set. Yeah, Mighty
Right
Mac
there,
and Nip.
get on board for more exciting more adventures with Thomas, the new engines, Mighty Mac and Neville. Those characters were not in Tales from the Tracks.
They made cameos. I know Mighty Mac made a cameo in Renee's and the Dinosaur. And
Well,
and
in Tales from the Tracks, he made 2 cameos in The Magic Lamp and Tuneful Toots.
and also they copied it from this one, from the back cover.
They could have just said some of the blurb from Tales from the Tracks, which I could show you, but I'll just do it when I get to a certain release because I know. Well,
the blurb on this one is different, so
where they mentioned about all 6 episodes on Tales from the Tracks, but they could have just taken ones from, like, say, Listen to the Sound of Russell's Beautiful Music, or like Discovering the Magic Life of Peter and Sam.
and also I know the line of Sodor and Wobbly Wheels and Whistles has Timmy Time, thumbs down, and also they reused Timmy's plane on the Wobbly Wheels and Whistles DVD.
Yeah, but yeah. Tales
And
of Brave.
and also for Engines and Escapades, it came with a insert for thumbs down for Fifi and the Flower Punch. Bother, man, bother Fifi and the Flower Tots. And Pop goes, Thomas, I got it out for some reason, cause bother Rory the racing car.
Yeah. Hail the Brave, I know both you and I have this, but I have the Blu-ray edition because I like these Blu-ray flip covers because they're cool.
Yeah. Hopefully one of these days I might watch this movie, but I'll have to pause I'll have to pause the movie to where Percy's being a jerk to James as well.
Like, Percy, can you please? And you would be like, Percy, can you please stop acting like a psycho? Would you say that when you paused it after Percy got mad at James because he was too cross to listen to James and he tried to apologize to him?
Yeah, like James tries to apologize.
But yeah, but at least I know. So at least I don't know why I forgot to mention this before when I was doing Trouble in the Tracks. Regiment appeared in Disappearing Diesels before this movie came out.
Dang, Reg, you appeared early in Disappearing Diesels before this.
Just like how Oliver appeared in the episode Bulgy on James Goes Buzz Buzz before the episode Escape appeared on Percy's Ghostly Trick.
Just like in Tenders and Turntables, Toby appeared in Thomas Comes to Breakfast before his introduction episode.
And what else? And also, Trevor appears in multiple episodes on the releases Trust Thomas Gets Bumped, and Trust Thomas and Thomas Gets Bumped. I don't think he made any appearances in Thomas Percy and the Dragon before the episode, say, from Scrap on Daisy, aka Percy Takes a Plunge. Yeah, Brave. I still recommend it though, even though but yeah, I could try doing this like only when these characters are on screen. That's what I could try to do. Like, just like a certain movie, I could just do these scenes only when this character's on screen.
Well, I'm not gonna bother popping in this DVD just because I still haven't watched this movie. Maybe I might film my reaction to that part because of Percy and
your own. Yeah, doing it at your own pace. Yeah, because I got to do other stuff. Yeah.
And as for Wobbly Wheels and Whistles with Jumpy Joby Wood, I'm not gonna bother showing it during a Eurostream. I'll have to do it in my pace, like film over the top of hat, yelling at level 4 tolerance and probably level 5 in Fiery Flynn and up and away.
Yeah, Hail the Brave. I still recommend this. It looks cool because Thomas is looking at the viewer, kind of like in the Island of Sodor introduction. He welcomes he says to the viewer, "Hello, everyone. Welcome to the island of Sodor."
Yes. And what else? Oh yes, and probably the day of the diesels, where when Sir Topham had told Diesel 10 off, and yeah, he keeps shouting with that gruff tone of voice, like not
There's
joking.
Christmas engines. I know most people don't have. You don't have this. I did. Luckily, I sent you a list through a comment saying you don't have this released yet.
Yes, I know. And what else? Oh, and Blue Mountain Mystery, where we don't like the ending because those narrow gauge engines are misunderstanding engines to Thomas.
Yeah, I mentioned that before when I started off with Blue Mountain Mystery way earlier in the stream. But yeah, Christmas engines, yeah. Yes, I know it reminds me of the episode Duck in the Water. Reminds me of the you know what. So I don't want to explain it again.
Anyways, when I get Blue Mountain Mystery, I'll have to film my reaction over the narrow gauge engines running away from Thomas.
But yeah, you don't want to do this, Jake Martin. Play it so loud at high volume.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Well, I have my volume turned up in 36, but not at 100. Heck no.
Like, that's one time I did it so many times, but my siblings kept telling me to please turn the volume down because it was really loud, and I yelled at that part. They told me to turn it down. Like even like after it's done, and like when Owen's about to pull Thomas up the incline, I turn the volume back down. Like I turn the volume back down to like a low volume when Owen starts to pull Thomas up the incline. The narrator says this line, but yeah. And in this episode, yeah, the Christmas engine, Duck in the Water. I know what it reminds me of. I'm not going to explain it again. But what bothers me in this episode? The slip coaches appear in this episode before their debut. Duck and the slip coaches.
Dang, slip coaches appear early before their introduction episode.
Yeah, no, well, it's why did these rolling stock appear before their debut? Yeah, just like I also mentioned this, just like how Peter Sam appears in episodes with his special funnel, even before the special funnel episode even came out on video. Just like how Arthur appeared in Bill and Fergus as a cameo before his debut with the Spotless Record.
And Spencer before Gordon and Spencer.
And Murdoch appearing as a cameo in Something Fishy before Peace and Quiet.
And also, on New Friends for Thomas, they should have put Emily's new coaches first, because Emily made a cameo in Gordon and Spencer before her introduction episode.
Yeah, I think.
Which
yeah.
I'm not gonna grab my VHS tape of New Friends for Thomas and put it in the VCR and fast forward it, because I don't feel like it today.
Yeah. And yeah, also the other we also this is something we forgot to mention. Well, at least we brought up something here in this DVD in this portion of the stream for this year. Unlike last year, I forgot to do it, but now I'm remembering to do it for this time. But yeah. Also, Long Lost Friend. I do like this one. I do like that episode. But yeah, I know my friend Thomas, he didn't put he didn't put Long Lost Friend on the Fan Made Best of Mercy release because, well, he says that's kind of like a Christmas episode, even though it takes place before Christmas. Long Lost Friend. And yes, it's Gator's final appearance. We get to see him.
Yes.
But even though we'll see Missing Gator later on the Rails, which we'll see if we get to that release, maybe. But it just depends. Well, it's 7:55 right now, so But yeah, Christmas engines I recommend. Now this time we'll get to Signals Crossed. This time, here it is, Signals Crossed.
Last one from 2014.
Yep, I remember. Yes, this was released, and I could have just gotten this for Christmas along with Christmas engines, honestly, because well, it's a December release, and I didn't know how to pre-order stuff back in the day. Even though I did pre-order something I might have done it on Amazon before, pre-order something, I'm not sure. I actually didn't do it because I usually just go to the Walmart store. That's how I got the new Top Gun from Walmart. And like I said, I actually got a day early before it was supposed to release, which was Halloween Day last year. But yeah. And yes, I know the problem with No Steam Without Coal, so Yes, I know my problem with No Steam Without Coal towards the end.
Yes, and also, Martin Sherman voiced Diesel.
Yeah, on the Christmas Engines, when he explained how it looks like the last train will need to be canceled, Thomas.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any episodes where Diesel appears on this one or Martin T. Sherman voices him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the last. Christmas Engines was the last Thomas TV where Martin T. Sherman does voice Diesel. And this is the second to last one, yes, where Martin T. Sherman voices Thomas and Percy. And shoots. Hold on a second. Sorry with that, my DVDs fell over.
What happened?
They
fell?
They just fell next to my body. Sorry about that.
Ah.
At least it didn't happen on camera. It just happened just on the side of the camera. Well, yeah. Signals crossed. At least I'm pleased they do not play the boring version of Engine Roll Call ever again. Well, okay, it takes a break from this release, but it comes back on Dinos and Discoveries, which is coming up next.
Okay. And,
yes, I know this is one of the two CGI releases that does not play Engine Roll Call at the end. The other one being Christmas on Sodor. Also, you said yes, it's Great Speed Engine and it's also Star Celebration are the other two model series releases do not have Engine Roll Call at the end. Because, well, Steamies vs. Diesels is the only one of Thomas' video of 2004 to play Engine Roll Call at the end, but it's Great Speed Engine doesn't. And not only is Thomas's Star Celebration the only, well, one of the few Season 8 releases of 2005 to not have Engine Roll Call at the end, but Songs from the Station and Calling All Engines do. But yeah. Signals crossed. Yes, I recommend this release. Luckily, I know you can find it on either eBay or Amazon, because like I said, it's a universal release and it does not have a slipcover.
Of course they don't have slipcovers.
Because Mattel doesn't have money to make them. But yeah. Now let's move on to Dinos and Discoveries, which I mentioned I was going to after Signals Crossed. Here it is.
First one from 2015, and this is the last time we see season 18 episodes, unless we get to see one on the next release, and probably two.
And two more on the last release of 2000, and on the last release of 2015. And it's also the last time we get to see Martin T. Sherman voice Thomas and Percy, and Carrie Shield voice James and Sir Tom. There we go. I almost forgot it. But is it? We'll get to see another release. We'll get to see those things come back as well.
Of course.
Even though in the next release we'll just get to see Thomas and Percy and James go back to the original voice actors in the next release after this. But yeah, Down Discoveries, yes. Yes, I know most of these episodes are nice. This one, yes, I forgot to mention of Spills and Thrills. Stephen gets told off by the Earl in the Afternoon Express, which I know that's one of Trevor Davis's least favorite Brenner episodes, along with the two-part episodes of season 21 and Thomas the Babysitter. He put the Afternoon Tea Express and Thomas the Babysitter as one of his least favorite Brenner episodes, along with The Fastest Engine on Sodor and Shed for Edward. I can't remember what the other one was called. I'll have to look at his list again, but just not play the video because I don't want to see those annoying. Well, they're just still images for the episode, so he doesn't play them with audio just to get copyrighted.
Of course not.
But yeah,
Oh, and also, um, on the Christmas engines, Duncan makes a comeback.
yes, voiced by
Tom Stewarton.
Tom Stewart. I almost said Tommy Stewart. It's Tom Stewart. Yeah, I think Tom Stewart and George Carlin do the best Duncan impressions.
Yeah.
Where he says, "Bah humbug," and like George Carlin's Duncan, where he goes, "It isn't fair. Peter Sam gets a special funnel, Sir Handel gets special wheels, passengers get ice cream, but I am not polished enough." But I don't know why Alec Baldwin does Duncan's impression weak in season 6, but in 5 he does it amazing. I was like, come on, Baldwin, can't you do your same Duncan impression from season 5?
I don't know if it has to be him having sinus issues. Like I know he couldn't make Gordon and Henry sound like Patrick from SpongeBob no more.
Because, yes, I know season 6 was in 2002, and that was before Alec Baldwin's divorce came. Because I don't know the date he got divorced in 2002, and, well, because he had so many marriages, Alec Baldwin, and now I don't know how many times he's gotten divorced already. But, yeah. This one introduces Samson. This is kind of funny. Like, you know how this, in Samson at Your Service, Gordon had to pull Annie Clarabelle because Samson took the express? And, like, it's like one of the answers on Best of Gordon trivia on the Best of Gordon release. One of the answers is what job did Sir Tom tell Gordon not to do when he refused to take a bath in the episode The Trouble with Mud? And one of the answers was pull Annie Clarabelle or pull the express coaches or pull a heavy goods train. But the right answer is pull the express coaches in The Trouble with Mud trivia thing on Best of Gordon. Which, yes, I know you don't have the original version of Best of Gordon on DVD yet.
Of course not.
I've seen it popping up on eBay from time to time. Because, like I said, yeah. Why is Akosa saying your microphone's lagging? I don't think my microphone is lagging, Akosa. My microphone's working just fine. I keep forgetting to answer these questions, but well, anyway. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably have time to do another stream this week. Like I said, it have to be on either Thursday or Friday, because like I said, I think last week my brother went to his friend's house early on Thursday, so I'll see what happens Wednesday. No, not Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yes.
I'll see what happens Thursday or Friday this week.
Okay. And also, after I blowed up at Percy, like, get over it, Percy. It wasn't really a monster.
Like at the scene when he was still in the sheds backwards, when he forgot to turn into the sheds when he got scared.
Or what about this one? Percy, just listen to Thomas. And furthermore, stay at Napford Station and do what you're told. And if so, let James apologize.
But honestly, you know how Sir Thomas could have just said in his stern voice when he said, "Percy, I thought I told you to wait." But anyway, yeah, Dinos and Discoveries, yes, I recommend it. Even though I don't know why Lego Lover said he didn't even want to get this released when it first came out. He wasn't a big fan of Samson.
What?
He says he didn't really like Samson because he said he was not going to be like a great character. Samson, he's like he's like a forgetful steam engine, but Sydney is a forgetful diesel. Like they both act like Dory and Finding Nemo. But yeah, House of Discoveries, yes, I recommend this. And I don't know why Lego Lover 117 hates Emily Saves the World.
It shows reverences.
Yes, in chronological order, it's Thomas meets the Queen, Thomas the Jet Engine, Rheneas and the Runaway Elephant, Percy and the Magic Carpet, Rheneas and the Dinosaur.
Or Rheneas and the Dinosaur. Oh, and here's the thumbnail from Trusty Rusty that was used on Rusty to the Rescue on DVD.
And they use this different image where, like, at the scene where Sir Tom Matt scolds Duncan, even though that wasn't his fault. It was his driver's idea to go across the old wooden bridge. How would Sir Tom Matt say, like, when he told on, he would say Sir Tom Matt was cross with Duncan's driver, because that was Duncan's driver's idea, not Duncan's. Like, when Duncan's driver says, I'm sure one trip across the old wooden bridge won't hurt. Like, he could have just told his driver off. Like he says, Sir Top Hat was cross with Duncan's driver. And he would still say that was very irresponsible, Duncan's driver.
Yeah.
And Duncan's driver would have said, sorry, Sir Tom Hat. And then, but he would still say, Rusty, you were very brave to help rescue me and Duncan. And Rusty would still say, aw, thanks. Yes, Rusty, you are a really useful engine. But
and
now
also
on to the adventure begins.
oh yes, there's the adventure begins with Joseph May voicing Thomas, Rob Rackstraw as James, and sure enough, Keith Wickham voicing Sir Topham Hatt.
But not only do they have referencing, they just remake the 7 episodes of season 1 in CGI, but they do have some new character additions as well. Some new additions, but they retell some old stuff, but they show a couple new stuff. This is just recommended for everyone out there, Thomas, old and new. Definitely recommend this. But there's some problems I have with this movie, like I mentioned before. AR Dude, Plush Guy 23 says, hey dude, how am I? I'm great. AR Dude, thank you. Yeah, I was telling all the viewers earlier in my stream, Jake Martin's going to be 25 this June. Thomas 123 says his birthday is also June. Something we have in common. But yeah, Thomas the Adventure Begins. Like, as I mentioned, my 3 problems with the movie.
Well, yes. People like Thomas and Friends, they didn't have money to make a old-shaped Henry in full CGI.
And put the Tidman sheds back to 6 berths instead of just leaving it at 7.
And remove a picture of Dowager Hatt.
Because she was not seen until Gordon and the Gremlin from season 5. And you know something weird? Did you know there's one goof in this one movie, despite those tiny flaws? There's one goof I want to tell you. Guess who makes a cameo, but he was not seen at the island on this point during the song, the first version of Really Useful Engine? There's a diesel engine puffing in the background? That's Salty! Like, what's Salty doing there? He's not supposed to be on the island yet.
What the heck? Salty made a cameo?
Yeah,
Don't see him until Salty's Secret.
Yeah, we don't see him until season 6, Salty's Secret. But yet he's just puffing in the background, but at least they don't mention him. Like when Thomas is beaming and then he notices something puffing in the background, he starts to puff out of the Natford Junction, but then he gets stopped because he had to stop because someone was puffing in the way. He was in Gordon's way during the song Really Useful Engine. But you know what also bothers me in this movie? Why are these people looking oddly at Thomas? I thought they were supposed to be pleased that they've known Thomas for years, but this is supposed to be retelling the first 7 episodes of season 1. But of course, the new characters we know are the breakdown train named Judy and Jerome, and the coffee pot engine named Glenn. Yeah, I also was telling you something funny, Jake Martin. If I know you will not get UK or Australian Toss TVs. Even though I like to display them to show off as bonus things, if I could get them, which I'm not going to be doing for a while because I got to focus on getting an apartment. But if I could get them, I would try to show a 2024 edition. I would show the UK releases as bonus. But yeah, and of course, like it has James and Thomas in their old colors. Where they do show James in black, just like in the railway.
And Thomas in green.
With the letters LBSC, which is London, Brighton, South Coast, and the number 70. Because the reasons why they put 70 on his boiler is because this film was released to commemorate 70 years of Thomas. Yeah, so in my area, aka 10 after 7 in your area, Jake. But yeah, the adventure begins, but when it gets close to like 9 o'clock, I'll just take the rest outside. Like, I think when I do it around quarter to 9, I'll take the rest outside.
Okay, and
But yeah, the adventure begins. Yes, I recommend this movie, and this is also there's a bonus episode, Old Reliable Edward, which we forgot to talk about. Yes, it goes back to using Thomas and James, old voice actors, Carrie Shell and Martin T. Sherman. I think Percy does have his Martin Sherman kind of, well, mainly Thomas with his Martin Sherman voice speaks in that episode. I think so, because even though this is the first time we go back to seeing Thomas's old Martin Sherman voice. And yeah, there's the same comment. It was from the back cover of Hero the Rails, but it's a season 12 one for some reason. And like Thomas is being painted on like the tracks or something, even though in the actual movie, you know how when Thomas goes to get repainted the next day, they still mention that Sir Tom sent Thomas to the Steamworks to get repainted. It's like, huh? I think like could have just sent Thomas somewhere else to get repainted. Because you know how like this movie is like I said, it goes like before the events of the Troublesome Engine saga and Percy's. This is the first movie where Percy's not in it.
And what else? Sorry.
But they could make the adventure continuous, but please bring back CGI. Make a continuation of this, like a sequel to this.
Then what else? Trying to think of something else. Oh yes. That building where Thomas is getting repainted. That's the same building as the Steamworks.
Like the narrator said, Sir Tom sent Thomas to the Steamworks to be repainted, even though the Steamworks was first seen in Hero of the Rails, but we for some reason had to use it in this movie because they didn't have another place to repaint Thomas. Even though they could just use that extra thing at Tidmouth Shed, because you know, like that's how when James gets a new coat from season, that's where James was getting repainted a new red.
What else? Oh yes. After I. Oh yes.
I'm saying Big Barn.
Well, what are you doing?
Hold on. I'll just hang on a second. I'll tell you why. That was my brother. I had to ignore his call because I didn't want his call distracting me on a stream.
Oh.
Well, luckily, like I said, he's going to be off work he's going to get picked up from work at 9 o'clock tonight. So like I said, I have time before 8:45, and luckily I'll get to a specific release because I want to show off the last couple of releases in part 4, which is probably going to be the final part, which will be on my whole Thomas Home Media Collection this time. But yeah, the event begins now, and we're about to get to the next release. Episodic, let's see. Thomas, I only have Thomas and James in their new Joseph May voicing Thomas, Rob Rexstraw as James, and Keith Wick Tom Hat, but have Carrie Shell as Diesel and Percy voiced by Christopher Ragland in the next release in just a sec. But yeah, the event is done.
Anyways, one more thing. After I blow up at Percy in anger, I might calm down by reading a book. I have a Wallace and Gromit book. It's
I could read like a book of something else because I'm watching something Thomas that's bothering me.
This one's the wrong trousers, by the way. Oh yes, you're showing Whale of a Tale. The show season 19 episodes for the first time, so here it is.
Yep, the first episodic Thomas release where Thomas is voiced by Joseph May, Rob Rackstraw voicing James, and Keith Wickham voicing Sir Tom. But this one I'm going to say for real, this is the first time Carrie Shell voices Diesel and Christopher Ragland voices Percy. Well, the first time we get to Percy's Christopher Ragland voice is in Who's Jeff. Actually, yeah, this is the first time we get to see Carrie Shell voicing Diesel. It was in Henry Spot's Trouble. But yes, we all know Henry Spot's Trouble was banned in Australia. Because speaking of that, yes, no getting Australia Thomas DVDs.
Of course, I got rid of it immediately. And For some reason, they still use the seasons 13 through 18 intro, and and instead of using the intro from season 19.
Yeah, isn't that suckish? But yeah, this is the first
I
time we
mean,
get to see the subtitle in other Thomas Adventures. No, in other short adventures. It's the
well,
first time to have a subtitle since Percy Goes to Trick and other Thomas DVD.
maybe they're using it for the next release. And what else? Oh yes, they still kept Thomas with his Martin Sherman voice instead of
Uh,
instead of letting Joseph May redub it.
yeah, it sucks. But yeah, even though they could have just called this, even though the episode the release is called Whale of the Tale, the episode itself is the first episode is called Toad and the Whale. I could have sworn in Henry Spot's Trouble, when Connor came racing to the scene, but he could have just gasped there was pain on the tracks. He could have applied his brakes instead of just rushing through like that. Because seriously, whoever wrote Henry Spot's Trouble, you did a poor job. You could have just let Connor notice there was something on the tracks. Could have just applied his brakes instead of just making him rush through like that.
I'll have to find out who's responsible for writing the episode for Henry Spot's Trouble.
It's down to either a female or a male guy who wrote Henry Spot's Trouble. And also, like, who's Jeffrey? Yes, where Thomas. Yes, I know Thomas makes up a big lie, and he makes up he's just a. I don't know what to consider him. He's just a big tattletale in this episode. No, he's not a tattletale. He just because he doesn't tell off anyone. He's just makes the bad lie even worse by making up an engine called Jeffrey, but his Jeffrey voice is kind of hilarious. Yeah. Also, what else? I know you don't have the Thomas release Percy in the bandstand yet, but that one, Toby gets. This one didn't. The truth about Toby. Toby gets stuck in the scrapyard just like he got stuck in that sighting in Toby's Special Surprise from season 12.
Yeah.
I believe that came 7 years after that episode, The Truth About Toby. But yeah, what else can I say? And also, something funny. Salty has no lamp on the cover, but I'm pretty sure in the actual episode Who's Jeffrey, he does have the lamp on his front. I'll have to watch I'll just look at a glimpse of the episode Who's Jeffrey just to be sure, because I'm pretty sure he does have his lamp in the actual episode, but for some reason they took it off.
Or maybe when I watch it, I might find out as well, because I don't know why they removed his lamp off of Salty like that.
Yeah, that sucks. Have more detail. Well, we'll see it on the release we may get to, but we'll see. Whale of a Tale, yes, I recommend this beat. Alright, now on to Wild Water Rescue.
Which is why they used the seasons 13 through 18 intro with Thomas and his Martin Sherman voice, because there is 5 episodes from season 16 after all.
Yes, with Thomas, Percy, and James in there, and Sir Tom and Diesel in their original voices, but for some reason Michael Brandon voices Diesel as well as being the narrator in those season 16 episodes. Well, a few of them. It's only 2. Actually, it's 3.
Yeah, 3, because like in Percy and the Calliope and the Monster of Random and Bust My Buffers.
Bust My Buffers! It's like, well, Gordon doesn't break the fourth wall when he says "Bust My Buffers." And that's the name of the episode. He doesn't look at the viewer. He just exclaims out "Bust My Buffers" when the thing fell off completely, his front buffer. Yes, I did a review on this TV. I saw you did a review on this TV too. I watched your review just a few days ago.
Of course, and I also watched the Determination song, the modern series version, but they had Calling All Engines. The scene where Thomas was at the bridge.
One scene, like they put a Calling Engine scene where Thomas was at the suspension bridge in Calling Engines in this version of the Determination song.
Yeah, like he was putting something on the bridge, like a new beam or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
a
he
new
was trying to
beam.
put new beam section onto the bridge. That's like what. Yeah, yeah. I know my problem about Bust My Buffers the episode with Gordon saying that diesels cannot fix steamies. Because literally, also there's another thing in Day of the Diesels when Dan says, "If you're broken, we fix you," but Dart says, "But you're steamy, so we won't fix you." Yeah, but like Den and Dart, like, well, okay, never mind. Sorry about that. That was just another text message. Let's just keep going. That's another thing they mentioned in Day of the Diesels that they don't fix steamies. Not only the episode from season 16, Old Wheezy Wobbles, but also the episode. No, yeah, not only the episode Old Wheezy Wobbles, but also in the movie in Day of the Diesels when Percy went to the Diesel Works for the first time.
And also, yes, Gordon tried to leave even though he doesn't have his buffer with him, but that Mavis and Salty keep stopping him because an engine is not without a buffer because it's the rules of the railway.
I know they have to follow the railway rules book, even though they don't have such a thing as a railway rules book.
And as such, when Gordon says, diesels don't fix steam engines, steamies, I had to nod my head, yeah, right, Gordon.
Yeah, and also I'll tell you this, Jake Barton. I finally reviewed the Dragon Tales Whenever I'm Afraid 2004 DVD. Finally,
With
it's up.
Cowboy Max.
I guess I could tell you. I could tell you the similar situation of Cowboy Max
Sure.
if you don't mind. That I finally reviewed it.
Yeah, indeed you did.
Which I'm not going to unfortunately put the DVD to show you, but I'll tell you. It's similar to Cowboy Max of Dragon Tales, not the Max and Ruby version, but Dragon Tales 1. Where for some reason after Max falls off the horse Bronco in that version of Cowboy Max, the dragons take him straight to Dr. Boogan, and when I saw that scene, I was like, "What are you doing, Dr. Boogan? Why are you healing a kid from another land apart? What? I would have liked if Max and Emmy just went back home after that happened, and then the dragons would tell them, "Don't be away for too long, you guys. The carousel's only going to be here for today." And Max and Emmy would tell their mom and dad what happened, and they could have taken them to see their doctor. And I was like, Sony, what are you doing?
What the heck's wrong with you, Sony?
Did you seriously have to make Dr. Boo put a bandage on a kid that's from a different land apart?
Like, do you really have to put a bandage on Max? What the heck?
You're only supposed to fix dragons in you're only supposed to put bandages on dragons in your land, not kids from another land apart. Seriously. But the rest of the episode, but at least like the one good thing is like Thomas encourages Gordon. He could still keep going despite he had a different buffer on. That was a good thing. Advice from Thomas when Gordon was embarrassed, but Thomas told him he could still keep puffing along even if his buffer was different.
Yeah.
Because I think Sony's not listening to the fans. Yeah, Sony sometimes will not listen to the fans, Koza, but at least Paramount listened. You know, when they had to redesign Sonic's design in the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, at least they listened to the fans. They made his design right.
Anyways, yeah, I know they used the model series. Oh yes, even though on this DVD everything was in widescreen, like the program and the special features, but on Determination, it was in full screen.
Really? Like, I haven't watched the version of this version of Determination on this DVD, but I've only watched the one with just these 8 ones with season 7 stock footage on songs from the station so many times. Yeah, Wild Water Rescue, I recommend this. At least that says it correct. Wild Water Rescue and Other Engine Adventures. Well, the episode is called Wild Water Rescue, so that makes sense. Wild Water Rescue, that's all taken care of.
Yeah. Oh, before you start asking, what am I doing?
I was just wondering what you were just doing. Yeah.
I'm popping the Wild Water Rescue DVD in, just to show you that they put Determination song, the model series, in full screen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on the other that the CGI version of
Even though
Determination will still play full screen.
even though everything on this DVD, like the program and the 2 special features, Guess Who puzzles and Fun with Driver Perkins, everything was in widescreen.
Well, I guess you could show me really quick, and then we'll get to the next release, and we can see some people
I
follow.
really wish I could get the Water Rescue DVD.
You can try and find it on LP Fan 123. It's on Amazon or eBay.
Okay, then.
I gotta wait till the logos pass by. Then
Yeah,
I'll
all
skip
the
the
previews. Yeah, I'm probably gonna mute my phone because I don't want to hear it because I don't want to copyright it.
I have it muted.
Oh, okay, shoot. I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
It's
And Jack,
okay.
Jack T. Miss says I have an
skip
iPhone. That's cool, Jack T. Miss. Or I'll just call him Jack for. That's cool, Jack. I don't use iPhone anymore. I don't trust iPhone anymore.
Okay. All right. Here it is. If I could turn this over, it shows thumbnail in CGI. Man. Okay, here it is. But watch what happens. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I knew that you were going to say that. Yeah. Now let's get to the next release.
Yeah, it's in full screen, of course. Man, my DVR's acting up.
Oh,
no,
I'm glad I don't have that issue.
Yeah, my DVR has issues. I don't know why it's not playing this, but the other one in the travel trailer does. It's not even scratched.
I know. Doesn't that suck? I mean, I'm lucky me. My Blu-ray player doesn't do that problem.
Let me put this disc back. Wrong one. I'm gonna have to get a DVR cleaner to get this clean. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a DVR cleaner because I don't know what's wrong with it.
I'm trying to find a new VCR player so I can play all my VHS tapes again.
Luckily, my VCR doesn't have problems, but my DVR, it does. To play my DVDs.
Sucks.
I'm gonna have to get the DVR clean as possible.
Yeah, I know that sucks.
Or probably after my birthday in February. Let me put my Wild DVD up so we could show you. So we could show
Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure.
3, 2, 1. Sodor's Legend of the Lost Treasure, which has. Oh, hang on. Thumbs down for this one.
Oh,
the reboot of Bob the Builder.
Yeah, Koza says I'm so sorry for DVD-R player Jake. I know Koza feels sorry that your thing isn't working.
I guess my mother got it used because she didn't have money to buy it brand new.
I know. I'm saving my money extremely hard so I can get another VCR player combo with DVD for myself because it makes the VHS tapes run better with an HDMI built into it. But yeah, there's Legend of the Lost Treasure. I'll just say that for short. It plays Sodor, yeah.
It's the first time we get to see Ryan Skiff Sailor John. Well, this is the only time we get to see Sailor John, but at least we get to see the miniature engines.
Yep, Rex, Bert, and Mike. Yeah. Yeah, I remember, even though, yes, it would be funny if I had the US DVD slipcover, but I put over the UK bare copy of Legend of the Lost Treasure. Because, well, you can see, spot the difference. The only thing you tell the difference, the US version of this DVD, of the US DVD only copy slipcover, it's over the UK version. But for some reason, The Adventure Begins and Journey Beyond Sodor, they're going to be harder ones because, they were never released on Blu-ray, along with The Great Discovery and Hero of the Rails and Calling All Engines and stuff like that. But yeah, yes, we know Jamie Bauer voicing Skiff, Eddie Redmayne is the voice of Ryan, and the late Sir John Hurd, may he rest in peace.
Sailor John, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch Tale of the Brave after I get the DVR cleaned, and well, maybe I'll have to watch it. Maybe when I go back to the travel trailer with my dad's dog on Friday, and maybe watch this, and and if I had to, and I might film the 3 parts that we do despise Sir Topham Hatt, misunderstanding Thomas, raging, and even the 3rd part, he yells out his full name.
I
I
know.
know.
I know you made a community post of this with SpongeBob growling at that part, and Sir Tomac still cross.
That's SpongeBob. He's. I used the full render from season 1 Rock Bottom when he went like this. Tartar sauce, tartar sauce, tartar sauce.
And another part where he says, "Barnacles!"
He was shaking the bus sign, and if so, when Sir Topham Hatt says, "Thomas, I thought you could learn to be more responsible before I send you to work here," I added Max and Emmy in their season 2 animation
Yeah.
from the Serpent's Trail when both Max, Emmy, and their Ord, Sackweezy, and Cassie said, "Cyrus, no!"
Like he says, "May I?" It's like, no!
Oh, and I also made a fan. I also made a homemade image of Doodle Fairy looking ticked off over Percy being a biscuit to Thomas until I changed it with Ord and Cassie.
Yeah.
Just to make sense.
But about the song.
Then I put Max, Emmy, and Enrique all cross over the narrow gauge engines running away from Thomas. Well, I know that Enrique is from Hand in Hand, season 3. Excuse me.
You're excused.
It's that burping. It's really killing me.
I've done it on accident before, so it's no biggie. It happens to everyone, Jake Martin. So I've done it on accident before on other people's streams. Wait.
Yeah. After I blowed up at maybe after Sir Topham Hatt. Yeah, I might pause at the final part after Sir Topham Hatt told Thomas to go to his shed so he could stay for the rest of the afternoon and orders Jack and his building team to get back to work. I would have paused it with tears bursting out of my eyes. Well, I might cry for real. I might sob a little bit before I start blowing up at Sir Topham Hatt. Like, oh, Sir Topham Hatt, sir. Stop misunderstanding Thomas. Let him finish his sentences at once.
Or like put down that thing, Topham. I don't know how it goes, but you you've done it before, right? When
Topham, you have got to calm down. I demand you should apologize to Thomas at once.
Yes, mother.
Yeah, it's just it sucks. That just sucks. Why? I don't know why Hate Entertainment could just fix this and make Sir Tom forgive Thomas, and they don't even do that.
Yeah, I think Universal and Hit Entertainment are being idiots.
Yeah, like how's this supposed to be entertaining to a kid? And like a kid comes crying to his parents saying, "I'm not going to watch this anymore," because they're being way too harsh on Thomas, and they don't. And a kid comes crying to his mom and dad saying, "I don't want to watch this anymore. This is just way too bad."
Then what else shall I say? Yeah, then what shall I do? Oh yes, after I exploded at Sir Topham Hatt in anger, I might calm down again and read another Wallace and Gromit book, but this time it's a close shave.
Yeah. Thomas PBS
And
fan
then,
program says, hey, oh hey, Thomas and PBS fan program breaker, we're doing
and
Lost
then,
Treasure.
and then I might watch Miami or Bust from Dragon Tales. Oh heck, bother! Yeah, that's gonna make me even more disappointed.
Fiddlesticks, bother Fiddlesticks, Miami or bust.
Yeah, I made a image of Toby saying bother Miami or Bust. That image is his image is the same as a cow on the line.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then after I watch Miami or Bust, which blah, blah, I might use my Love to Hug Elmo doll.
and Brandon movie channel says cool.
Yeah, I might hug Elmo and indeed Elmo.
Well, I hope that didn't give me a copyright.
I'll mute it. I better let me find the.
Okay, that was close, Thomas. I'm a big fan. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, and Thomas PBS fan program Raker. I'm at part 3 of my Thomas Home Media Collection, a whole version.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Elmo had stopped talking. Okay, Elmo had stopped talking.
Because like I don't have any plushie dolls that talk. I rather have them just soft and they don't make any noise. Lost Treasure, I know some people do have it. Some people probably say they could get it, but I mean, just make sure to watch out for the parts with Sir Tom at Harsh and Thomas. If anyone cannot even get angry at those parts, I get so mad at the parts.
And I might get another Elmo hugging doll, but it's Big Hug's Elmo doll, and whenever he talks, his mouth moves and even his arms move too.
Yeah.
And I might get. Well, I do have another Elmo plush, but it doesn't talk, which is in my drawer, which I'm not gonna bother showing it. And I might get another plush. I might get Abby Cadabby because I don't have it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have Abby Cadabby, my second favorite character, I meant to say, but maybe after my birthday I might get it.
Yeah. Yeah, Lost Treasure, that's all taken care of. And this is the first time a Thomas train character sings in a song. Never overlook a little engine, but we make a team together. It's the last time a human sings the song in a movie or episode.
Okay. And then what else? Yeah, hopefully both Abby and Elmo, I might hug both of them, and they'll make me feel better.
Yeah. Thomas's
Anyways,
Christmas Carol
next up is Thomas's Christmas Carol.
Second to last was 2015. I know that because it was released in October 2015. And this one just has 4 episodes because there's one episode that's just merged into a 17-minute episode, Diesel's Ghostly Christmas.
Oh, and I forgot about the Lost Treasure DVD. I know it came out on September 8th on DVD or Blu-ray. Probably a Sesame Street DVD came out at the same time, which I'm still getting. All Day with Elmo, I think that's the name.
Yeah. This one, Diesel's Ghostly Christmas, is why it's just 4 episodes because one of them, the double-length episode Diesel's Ghostly Christmas, is merged into one, so it's 17 minutes, but the rest are just their normal length time. Yeah. And also, yes, about the Who's That Engine one on this release. For some reason, on the Emily one, they do Carrie Shale with Tom Hatt, but the other 2, they do Keith Wickham. Which I find bizarre, because, but I don't know why. Yeah.
And the intro from seasons 13 through 18 still used. just like Whale of a Tale, which I'm not going to worry about that right now.
Yeah. Thomas Christmas Carol, yes, there's not much to talk about in most of these episodes. Even though Diesel's Goes to Christmas, it does reference to No More Mr. Nice Engine. It does recreate. Diesel does it again from season 3. Also, I know this is a funny one. And about the episode Snow Place Like Home, just called Snow Place Like Home, where Kevin folds around in the snow, but then he gets trapped underneath. He's playing around in the snow, but then he gets stuck underneath the snow. And Thomas and PBS fan program Breaker says, I wish Michael Brandon would continue to voice Diesel because I thought his impression was the best. Michael Brandon is the best Diesel impression along with George Carlin because, they do the best sinister laugh, in my opinion. And yeah, I know Thomas and PBS fan program Breaker is probably not going to well, at least he's publicly chatting, which is good because I know he has to focus on school because he's got a couple of months left of his last semester of high school. But yeah, me as an adult, I know it's harder when I have work nights as well because I have to get ready for work the next day.
Yeah.
Because, like I mentioned, yes, today is Tuesday and tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I said if I can do one of my other two streams, possibly I'll probably do that either Thursday or Friday because, like I said, I want to combine my other stream with Flicka's on Thursday or Friday. It's getting close to 8:45, so we'll just wrap up with we'll not wrap up with Thomas Christmas Carol, but we'll quickly talk about Tales on the Rails next.
Here it is. I have it.
Thomas and PBS fan program Breaker says I can still join the stream. That is if there's room. There's probably is going to be room, Thomas and PBS fan program Breaker, but I'm going to have to let Blazing and Thomas LP fan 123, one of those two leaves, because when I go out to do the rest outside, because I want to do this till 9:30, I'll have to let one of these both two guys leave so I can talk about other stuff. So we'll wrap it up with Tales on the Rails for this part. Really quick, Tales on the Rails.
With two season 18 episodes, Stuck in the Slip Coaches and Missing Gator.
Even though they could have put Just Spencer's VIP on this release and put Toad's Bright Idea as a bonus episode on the Tale of the Brave movie, because that episode takes place during the events of Tale of the Brave, Toad's Bright Idea, and just put Spencer's VIP on here and put Helping Here on here, and this could have been a 7-episode DVD. It'd be kind of cool. Have 7 episodes since when was the last Thomas release to have 7 episodes? And Thomas fan from Ricker says, "Do you know what's interesting?" I'm not so sure. Thomas PBS fans program.
I'm not sure when was the last Thomas DVD to have 7 episodes.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Maybe James Goes Buzz Buzz, or maybe Percy Takes the Plunge.
It was one of those two. And DVDs in chronological order. I'll just say the releases in chronological order. I think the last release in chronological order to have 7 episodes would probably have to be. I can't remember. They usually have 6. So I'm pretty sure, most of these ones, they have 7 episodes. So I'm pretty sure Thomas's Sodor Celebration was the last release in chronological order to have 7 episodes. And Thomas fan program Breaker says, season 18 didn't air on PBS 2004. I'm pretty sure they did. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Thomas fan program Breaker, they didn't air 2014 broadcasts. As well, just before Tales of the Brave even came out. But yeah, Tales on the Rails, yes, we have 2 season 18 episodes with Yes, this is we get to see flashbacks of Gator in Tale of the Brave in this DVD release. Okay, that's what you're talking about, Thomas and PBS fan program Breaker. Yeah. We're 3 episodes with Thomas voice, new voice actors Rob Rackstraw, Joseph May, Christopher Ragland, and Keith Whitcomb as their top of the hat. But did you also know that Disappearing Easels was also the first time Den and Dart switched their voices? Because I can't even tell them their voice actors apart for Den and Dart. But from season Day of the Diesels to season 16, they were voiced by someone else. I can't remember their name, but yeah. It's 8:45, so we'll quickly wrap up with Tales on the Rails, and I'll let these two guys, and I'll let Essie join for a little bit.
I'll have to look up on Wikia to see what their voice actors are for Den and Dart.
But yeah. Tales on the Rails, I say this is a cool release to try. But, yeah. And also, PBS Fan Program Breaker says, apparently PBS airings of the specials Lost Treasure use the season 19 intro? That's strange, because usually movies don't have intros from the TV series. They have their own specialized 2D animated intro. Well, actually not true. Tale of the Brave was the last one to use a 2D animated intro. And in every movie from The Adventure Begins to Blubba, they just use the a stylized intro instead, with shots from the actual movie. Yeah. I'm just hoping SE will join, because it's... Oh, yeah, it is 8:46. So, yes, we'll just wrap up this part with Tales on the Rails, but we can talk about other things as long. So, yeah, we'll just talk about other things until it reaches 9:30 my area, Jake Barn, and AKA before 8:30 in your area, because I know it's close to 8 o'clock in your area.
Okay.
So yeah, that's Tales on the Rails. We'll wrap up with we'll keep it going. Yeah, we'll just talk about other stuff. And once SE joins, I'll have to remove Thomas LP Fan 123 and Blazing. But at least Blazing kept the microphone muted, so it didn't cause any echoes, which I'm pleased about. So yeah, I'm glad I got to mention that problem with that Dragon Tales episode, Cowboy Max, when I talked about the Wild Water Rescue with Bust My Puff.
Indeed.
Yeah, and hang on a second, I just got another text message. I'm actually do this so I don't have to worry about finger away. And what was oh yeah, Thompson PBS Fan Program Breaker says, not to mention that The Adventure Begins uses the season 13 through 18 intro? That is weird. Isn't that weird if you ask me? I mean, I've never watched the movies on PBS Kids. I'd rather stick with the DVDs.
So do I.
Yeah, even though I used to watch PBS Kids when I was a kid. Well, makes sense. It's called PBS Kids, and I used to watch it when I was a kid. And let's see, it's 8:48 in my area, aka 7:48 in your area.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I think that's SC, isn't it? So I'm gonna have to remove Thomas MLP Fan 123 and Blazing. Here, Thomas MLP Fan 123 and Blazing. I'm gonna add SC if that's fine, and I want to take the rest outside. And I can only have 2 people outside with me.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Thomas and PBS Fan Program Breaker. Oh yeah, I'm about to take my stuff outside. I'm taking my streaming stuff outside, so I'll have to remove Blazing and Thomas MLP Fan 123 because I can only have 2 people outside with me when I'm streaming because I don't want it to cause any problems.
Oh, Blazing
Okay,
left.
Okay, Blazing's
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
Okay. Thomas LP Fan 123. I'm gonna let you go ahead and go because I want to take the rest of my thing outside because I can only have 2 people with me streaming outside because I don't want to cause that echo thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, yeah. Thanks for having me up. Thanks for joining my stream on part 3. Thomas LP Fan 123.
Anytime.
Yeah, stay tuned for part 4. Well, it'll be coming soon. I just want to talk about other things still. Yeah, see you for the next stream. Thomas LP Fan.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, guys. I'm gonna take my thing outside now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sure.
Hold on a second, guys. Alright, here I am.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. How's it going?
Yeah, we can talk about great. I just finished off with showing most of my Thomas Home Media collection, the whole version.
Oh
But
yeah.
alright, I got two.
How about we read?
Last thing he shown was Tails on the Rails.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of that. And I think the next release afterwards is probably from 2016.
Yep. Start your engines.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that one next week, or because I want to do a different stream like Thursday or Friday, and still combine it with Flicka's stream. That
Oh, okay.
because Flicka told me he was gonna show his Clifford the Big Red Dog VHS and DVD collection for this week.
Yeah. And I'm planning to do a birthday stream. My birthday's coming
Yeah,
after
it's
next
coming
week.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping either you can do it or well, I mean, you're gonna do the birthday stream for you, and I can still join, right?
Yeah, you're free to join. And also Jake Martin is free to join. If
Yeah, as
he's
well as
okay.
Yeah, I'll see what I could do if I have the time. Cause last time you did your stream, I didn't have the time.
yeah, I
Or
know
did
the
you?
Dragon Tales one you couldn't join, Jay, because I know you didn't have that much Dragon Tales DVDs like I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I only have one, which is experience new things.
But I know you'll probably get some more soon, depending on which ones you get next.
Yeah. And that
Yeah,
by the way, did I told you hey, I moved Game 98, so you want to do the review on the reboots and why it's terrible?
yeah.
What's terrible?
The reboot, Thomas.
Oh,
Oh,
just go. God.
oh, just go. Bother that.
Yeah. And you want to know the biggest problem with this reboot? First off, the bouncing here. Now let's talk about Blubba, okay? Now at least in Blubba, they have limitations to their bouncing. Like the bouncing gets used a little bit in Journey Beyond Sodor in season 21, and I think it gets used a lot more in season 22 to 24. But at least it's not that. At least the bouncing there isn't that bad. But here, if I can describe it in one word, it's like cartoon.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I say.
yeah. But I still think the reboot is terrible no matter what. But if there is one good thing I think is great, if there's one good thing I like to say, I think it's nice to have Magic Railroad voice actor Neil Crone
Neil
return.
Crone
But
voicing Gordon.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah, and also can I ask you this, Thomas?
yeah,
Also, no, you're a fan of Arthur. Thomas is a fan of Arthur.
yeah.
Yeah, if you got like the complete, I know that you don't want to watch the episode of Arthur So Funny I Forgot to Laugh, which is maybe better than no, but worse than Bully for You.
Oh God, I don't even want to talk about So Funny I Forgot to Laugh. Ugh,
Yeah,
I'm
but
avoiding
not,
laughing now.
yeah, not
But yeah,
even like this
what?
one episode. Isn't there another episode you remember? Like didn't you see the episode where Arthur and Buster were caught gleeping and they were outside the office and Mr. Haney saw them both outside the office and Buster was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, I don't think I watched the episode before, but I think it's fairly okay. I mean, Arthur didn't know better at the time, so it's not that bad. So
Yeah, the one where they were caught gleeping outside the office and Mr. Haney saw them both out the office and Buster said, "Uh-oh."
yeah, and what else? One thing I like about the show is the backgrounds.
Yeah, they're really good backgrounds, yeah.
Yeah, not to mention that the backgrounds do. Oh, yeah, although the backgrounds do repeatedly use, the backgrounds that are used, for example, All the Rage, that was used from one of the season 14 to 15 in credits.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind the newly animated backgrounds that's used from seasons 14 or something like that.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
also
I think I
oh shit,
like the ones from 1 to 13 because you see, they have different backgrounds that are kind of original. but 14, it's kind of plagiarism. But still, I still think the episodes are nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else? What were you gonna say, by the way?
No, that's gonna actually talk to Jake Martin about something else. Did you know that there's some other books I can read? Jake Martin, if I did get angry at these parts in the Thomas films, I could read books from other kids' shows, like say, like I could get Blue's Clues books or Bob the Builder or
Maybe Sesame Street.
yeah, there was this one Sesame Street book I remember reading in preschool one Christmas. I couldn't remember the name of it honestly, Jake Martin, because I know that was it was like this one where they have to celebrate a party. I think it was when they had to get ready for a Christmas party at Sesame Street. I think it was. Like I didn't even know the name of that Sesame Street book, honestly.
Oh yeah, and I think I remember one time. I think I got a VHS release from the library one time, and it's Sesame Street related. But one time, I think I got this release called Bert and Ernie's Wordplay, and man, it was,
I
believe
don't
it or
have
not.
I don't have Bert and Ernie's wordplay.
Oh, okay. But I'll tell you, there's one scene I like most where Kermit the Frog is moaning a lot. He's like, "I want Kermit the Frog t-shirt." Man, the way he moans about it was just so hilarious. Like the third strike when it has the GROF or something. Man, I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
at the end,
anyways,
he just
um,
faints. He just faints that there are no frog t-shirts. It,
well, at least I show you the Determination song in full screen, even though everything on this DVD is in widescreen.
yeah. And to tell you the truth, I hate how later releases, beginning with Railway Mischief,
Bef-
have the engine
Before,
cut
like,
short.
before it stopped playing for no reason.
Yeah. You could have just used the CGI version of the song Determination.
Well, they didn't. Well, on songs from the station, they showed scenes from season 6 and 7, but no scenes from Calling All Engines. But luckily, they did on Wild Water Rescue.
I'll have to
Why didn't
listen
they
to
do
the
that?
I'll have to listen to the model version of Determination from this DVD to see which one I like the better version of the model version of Determination, because I don't like the CGI version of Thomas You're the Leader, the song from The Great Discovery.
I think I prefer the one from The Great Discovery. The CGI one, it's not terrible, but the only thing is that they took out the lyrics like the narrow gauge engines.
Or Jack and his building team, because we don't see him until King of the Railway,
Yeah.
and even Lost Treasure.
Also, yes, I know you can get any Dragon Tales DVD next, Jake Martin. So if you get a ton of them, then you can absolutely join another version where I show off shows. I could show off a whole children's home media collection of shows that used to be on PBS Kids that includes Thomas Dragon Tales, Bob the Builder, or
Oh,
Barney,
Sesame Street.
or Sesame Street. Yes, even though I only have a couple of Sesame Street DVDs, I have one Elmo's World release. I have the old school Volume 1.
oh, and you want to hear my impression
And
on
what about the Adventures of Elmo and Grouchland?
Yeah, that I got to show too, even though that's a Sony movie. It's still really the Sesame Street way.
You want to hear my impression on the UK version of Escape, where they're talking about finds out that Douglas saved Oliver from Scrap? You want to hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. The Fat Controller will have to know, said James. Douglas should tell him at once, added Gordon. Well, here he is, said the voice. Now what's all this about? Beg pardon, sir, said Doug, but we really could use another engine. Yes, sir, mentioned Gordon. A steam engine, sir. Well, I'm afraid that unless if one is hit and strapped, said the Fat Controller. But sir, burst out Donald, one hand. Exactly. Thanks to you, Douglas, he's in the repairs. Oliver is just what we need for Duck's branch line. No, both narrators don't even mention Duck when he says one line.
Isn't that both strange? Even though
Yeah,
Michelangelo's narration, he put upbeat in the remaining episodes of season 3, and starting up season 4, he's still energetic.
yeah. Yeah, and I did notice that Michael Angelis' later season 3 episodes, when James goes buzz to Tom's and Percy's Christmas adventure, I noticed that the microphone audio can be heard, kind of.
Yeah, and also I did tell this improvement Thomas and PBS fan program Raker. I did show Jake Martin how they improve how Sir Tom Hat would scold Duncan's driver in Trusty Rusty and not Duncan, because that was not Duncan's idea to go across the old wooden bridge. It was his driver's. I could do it. Sir Tom Hat was cross with Duncan's driver. That was very irresponsible, Duncan's driver. Yes.
Driver. Oh, yeah, really?
And Duncan's driver would still say, "Yes, sir, sorry, sir," said Duncan's driver. And Rusty, you were very brave to save me and Duncan. Aw, thanks. Yes, Rusty, you are a really useful engine.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Thomas Tries His Best from season 9?
Very cool, I might add, because did you know that not only this episode where Thomas did have to pull chickens as a different job to eventually do a different job to take the new generator to the carnival. This one they actually made as a learning segment in one of the season 9 or season 10 airings of PBS Kids.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought this episode was decent because at least Thomas knows the consequences in that one, unlike later episodes.
Yeah, so he tries to go fast like Gordon, but then he realized he was going too fast and the chickens were flapping and squawking all over the livestock cars.
Yeah, I think the moral of the episode is what's the moral?
I think the moral was to give the chickens a safe and comfortable ride. Going fast was the wrong thing to do.
No, I mean the moral of the episode.
What's the moral of Thomas Tries His Best?
I think I would say that you should always do your work the right way.
I think so, yeah. But at least when Thomas notices there was the new generator to take to the carnival, isn't it funny how the dock manager told Thomas, you must take the new generator to the amusement park, even though he literally said the generator at the carnival has broken down. But then he literally says, you must take it to the amusement park. But even though carnivals and amusement parks are something they have in common, right? They have attraction rides, right?
Yeah. And I know Thomas Gets It Right is kind of similar. I mean, at least in that one, Thomas does have to do his job the right way, although I thought he was a wimp in that episode. Like, I remember I used to watch it on Trackstar.
But yeah, remember this, Jake Martin, when I watched Thomas Gets It Right on PBS Kids? Like, the PBS Kids logo didn't even appear on the television screen until, like, right as the scene when Toby exclaims out, "I'm on my second journey." Didn't you find that? Well, I don't think. Well, you haven't had that airing. I did. I mean, I watched the airing. It's like, where's the PBS Kids logo? I'm still wanting to watch the show. Where's the PBS Kids logo?
Wait. Did you watch it in 2004, 2000, or the 2006?
I think it was 2004 when it aired on PBS Kids, and like I was like surprised, like where's the WFYI logo or WIPB Muncie logo? I was like, where's the logo?
Credits, right?
But at least they showed the TVY rating when the show was starting. But yeah, I know for season 8 Thomas airings they show the Thomas getting ready for the morning and the Thomas Good Night segments in seasons 9 through 12. So season 8 they didn't have any things. They didn't have any opening things at the end. Didn't they have the cartoon versions of Henry, Edward, and Thomas counting down from 3 to 1?
I'll be back, guys, okay?
Okay.
I think I'm going to exit the stream right now, okay?
Okay, are you going to leave? I guess it's just me and Jake Martin for the remainder. Okay, it's just us, Jake Martin.
Okay.
But yeah. And also, yes. Yeah, I think, if we try this one more time from Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, and I'll do the Finn crying impression. Both of us will do the Henry's bubbling boilers. How about I try it first if you don't mind? Like when I'll do Finn's crying, but I'll do Henry's Carrie Shale's bubbling boilers.
Well, I do Keith Wickham after that.
Okay, I'll still do the same as the characters the same way, but you'll do Henry's Keith Wickham's bubbling boilers. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Being jealous of your little brother means you don't love him still. I do love Finn, and I love Max. Oh, bubbling boilers. Okay, now, okay, let's do it again. Being jealous of your little brother doesn't mean you don't love him still. I do love Finn, and I love Max. Ah ha ha!
Bubbly boilers.
And also when Finn pouts, I'll do Percy's bust my buffers. Oh, this is bust my buffers.
What about this one with Keith Wickham?
Also,
Bust
like,
my buffers!
I didn't do.
Bust my buffers!
Yeah. Also, yes, I know I did the fan-made, re-edited dialogue fully for you. But when me and Flicka did it, we also tried it away with what if Spike picked on Max first? Like, he does one of the kids first and before he does one of the dragons. And Spike says, "Ha ha, Max, you're nothing but a baby." And Max says, "But Spike, I'm not a baby. I'm 4 years old." And Spike says, "Ha, you look like you might be 4 years old, but really, you're nothing but a baby, Max." What? That's not nice, Spike. Spike, you apologize to my little brother Max right now. Ha ha, I mean, I'm not going to apologize, because bullies don't even do that. They stay mean whenever they feel like it. And Thomas and PBS Fan Program Breaker says, "Sorry I had to leave the stream because I have some things to get done." I know you I understand that, Thomas, because we all have things to do too. Yeah. But also, like when we did the portion from Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, actually when Cassie comes up to her friend, also when Cassie gets really mad at her friends saying Finn's ruined everything. Also, I'll just do it before we do the Ringo Starr and George Carlin's Henry Special Call, "Rubbish Henry, you don't work hard enough." How about I do it with? I'll do Ringo Starr's, including after I say it's okay, Cassie, little brothers can be a pain sometimes, and I'll do Ringo Starr's.
Then I'll do George Carlin.
Okay, I'll do first. I'll just do it. "Finn's ruined everything. He spoiled circle time. He smushed my castle. I wish I never had brought him to school with me." Rubbish, Cassie. Oh wait, no. Oh shoot. Let me start again. I'm so sorry. My apologies. "Finn's ruined everything. He spoiled circle time. He smushed my castle. I wish I never had brought him to school with me." It's okay, Cassie. Little brothers can be a pain sometimes. Rubbish, Cassie. You somehow brought your little brother Finn to school somehow. Okay, now I'll do it again. "Finn's ruined everything. He spoiled circle time. He smushed my castle. I wish I never had brought him to school with me." It's okay, Cassie. Little brothers can be a pain sometimes.
Rubbish, Cassie. You somehow brought your little brother Finn to school.
Yeah. Yeah, also, like, how could I do this with every scene of Finn crying? Every time in Finn's blankie, but I could have someone say, "Please stop crying, Finn. Please get over you losing your blankie. It was just an accident." I don't know how I could put different characters to tell him to please stop throwing a fit every time. But
maybe Bill and Ben, like, come on, Ben! Quit throwing a ginormous tantrum!
You silly blue dragon! Yeah, I know the part from Double Teething Troubles when Bill and Ben says, "Oh, Pa!" snorted. You know what? Sighed the driver. "Let's just finish the journey anyway. It means we'll have to pull the diesel as well. Can you do it, twins?"
We'll try!
And sure enough, they could. And also, like, at the very end, I think also, like, when they're talking at the very end of Double Teething Troubles, like, when Foco whispered, "I'm sorry we were rude to you, and the new Diesel was very friendly indeed." And you know what good friends say? No, and you know what good friends do? They always say goodnight to each other. Yeah. Yeah, and also like when we're doing like the part from SpongeBob and Rock Bottom, like when you do the part when SpongeBob growling and doing tartar sauce,
Yeah.
and I was also doing the Barnacles. That's it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. And then he goes, tartar sauce.
Fish paste.
I'm getting to the bottom of this right now. I want to bust to the bikini bottom. Yeah. Yeah, what else can I say? What else can I say? And also like when we do the part from Three's a Crowd, how can we do the and Emmy says, "What? That's not true." And I don't think you can do Anakin's liar from Revenge of the Sith, and I do Emmy's no what? That's not true. I don't know how we can do that. How about when Cassie says, "And you like her more than me"? I don't think you can do Anakin's liar, but I do Emmy's what? That's not true.
Liar.
No,
Mm.
no, I don't think that's gonna work.
No. What the heck am I doing?
It's okay. Yeah, it's 9:16, Jake Martin, so we have 14 more minutes. So I'm gonna end at 9:30. What else? Dragon Tales, when I edit with like Thomas characters. But also can tell you, I do know the I do know the cool dance portion from Hands Together when they do this.
Hands Together. I meant to say.
Yeah, it's called Hands Together. It's where they do a Happy Hearts Recital dance, and they do the dance Los Playitos. I'm very good at singing the song and doing the moves of that song. Man, I should have done that episode when I watched it as a kid back in 2001. Watch them TBS Kids and do exercise with it. Like literally when they start singing, Los Playitos si se pio pio pio, wanda something nombre, wanda something ticos, bajo solos, siesta titos, hasta los novitos, wanda titos. Then they sing, all the little chicks say, cheep, cheep, cheep. We are very hungry and too cold to sleep. Their mother spreads her wings and feeds them lots of grain. So until tomorrow, they're warm and safe again. Yeah, I know you haven't seen the episode Hands Together, but it's on YouTube.
Indeed.
Yeah, but So Long Solo is on DVD.
And on VHS, of course.
Oh yeah, it is on both VHS and DVD. Yeah, it's on VHS and DVD, So Long Solo, but Hands Together is not. Yeah, I think from like I'm saying, I'm trying to plan out what I'm going to do for my next stream Thursday or Friday, but I combine it with like a stream. I'll probably just call it a chat stream because I know I really want to do other collections as well. I mean, I could show like Thomas DVD collections that just show the Hit Entertainment logos on those releases. Do you know there's a Thomas Gets Tricked VHS with the 2004 ink label I want to find? But I'm pretty sure that's the one that does not have Lookout for the Train on it. But these are the 3 VHS tapes that do have it. Thomas Gets Tricked with the Troll for Thomas, Lookout for the Train. It's either down to the Strandholm Video Master one with the Strandholm Video logo at the beginning, or the Time Life version, or the 2003 ink label style. It's down to one of those 3 because I really like how the boxes match up. I like when I'm gonna have like, even if I did have the 2003 ink label of Thomas Gets Tricked on VHS, or because I'm pretty sure the 2004 one does not have Lookout for the Train, because the Thomas Gets Tricked, James Buzz ink labels from 2004 are so hard to find.
Indeed, it is hard to find.
But I see the ink labels of them from 2003 pop up on eBay sometimes. But it'd be kind of interesting if I had a 1995 box of Thomas Constrict next to a 1992 box of James Learns a Lesson, but with the original Tenors and Turntables box. Even though I can't find the Tenors and there's a Tenors and Turntables VHS I found brand new and sealed. It was over $70. I was like, what? I'm not paying that much. I was like, bust my buffers. I'm not doing that. And I'm like, tartar sauce. I'm not buying that. Even though I can do this to make the sun look cool on the Strain Home video case of Tenors and Turntables from 1993. Even though it has no S in the title on the front cover and the spines, I can just put a little piece of paper, putting an S there, and coloring in the sun red because it looks weird with the white sun on a yellow background. I would just rather just paint the sun red because it looks cool with the red sun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably have to just color the portions of the sun in red, like those little lines of the sun red, but leave the circle sun white because I don't want to mess up the little cartoon like birds of Shinetime Station logo on the logo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and also like for Better Late Than Never and Toss Breaks the Rules, I just want their boxes to match up, so I'll probably get the 1993 version of. Well, Alan Williams says the 2003 ink label has the Strain VCI logo on there, which I found strange but funny. Really, William? Even though it's supposed to play the Anchor Bay logo, just like the even though on the ink label of Daisy, I think it still plays the Video Treasures logo, but it might play the Anchor Bay logo. But even though I'll also tell you this, on the 2001 ink label of Gallant Old Engine, Miles's copies for some reason plays the Video Treasures logo at the beginning, but despite it's the 2001 ink label, it should play the Anchor Bay logo. And oh yeah, thanks for telling me yes, William Waldrop. But yeah, also yes, like I said, I don't want to have my Dragon Tales VHS collection overlapping my DVDs because now that I have all 17 Dragon Tales DVDs, I want to make sure I can have some VHS tapes where I can get over some of the previews at the beginning and some of the songs in the middle of the program of the Dragon Tales VHS tapes. So I think I'm going to skip the very first release, Big Brave Adventures, but I can get Let's All Share and what is it? Oh yeah, You Can Do It. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to skip Follow the Clues because unfortunately it has an episode with no Cassie I cannot skip, which sucks. Yeah, the Follow the Clues, I have to unfortunately sit through Wheezy's Last Laugh, which sucks because there's no way to get through it without having to mess up the tape. Just like I mentioned, yes, you don't want to look away from your TV screen, even though you have to get used to watching Best of Thomas. Troll for Thomas is out of sync on Best of Thomas. You can't look away from the TV screen.
Of course not.
I'd have to unfortunately do the same thing with Wheezy's Last Laugh on Follow the Clues, or I don't know, A Tall Tale and Zack and the Beanstalk on those two VHSs from 2002. But I'm going to avoid Look on the Bright Side because it has Bully for You at all costs. Just like, yes, we know, Thomas's thumbnail says Bother Bully for You from Dragon Tales. Yep. 9:22, 8 more minutes. And Mikey Hanks says, I remember watching Thomas with my brother and PBS Kids a long time ago. That's a cool one, Mikey Hanks. I just did it mostly myself because most of my brothers and sisters were not into Thomas anymore like I was for some reason. Even though I know people have to outgrow watching kid shows when they're teenagers and stuff. They have to watch other stuff like teenager shows and other regular movies. And yeah, that's what you said, Mikey Hanks. Yeah. I'll have to see which Dragon Tales VHS tapes I will get, but like I said, I'm not going to get the last one, Let's Help Each Other from 2003, with the last one to feature all season 1 episodes, because that one has one with no Cassie at the beginning, and I cannot skip it. But I can get most of the season 2 releases on VHS. Those ones I can have songs I can get used to, but for some reason, for the season 1 and 2 songs, I will have to play music from Smash Bros. Melee or Mario Kart or Thomas stuff. Because like I said, I don't want to have the VHS collection overlapping the Dragon Tales ones, even though I can get the Sing and Dance in Dragonland VHS, because I remember watching a rip of the VHS on YouTube, where they, for some reason, took some songs from the Let's Start a Band VHS and DVD. If you look up that rip, Jake Martin, of the Sing and Dance in Dragonland VHS, they took some of the songs from the Let's Start a Band VHS and DVD. So I think one I think they took Wake Up, or I think one of them was Wake Up, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I know another thing, you don't have any of the Disney animated films on DVD. Even though I saw some of them at my Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know you haven't found Lady and the Tramp 1 or 2 or or Oliver and Company on DVD yet. Even though I like the style of the 2002 DVD of Oliver and Company, I remember seeing it as a kid, but I never bought it. Even though I did get used to the part at the beginning where, it was raining in New York City and Oliver and Company was, in Oliver the Cat, aka Ollie, was getting wet. Even though it didn't disturb me in cartoon style, but I know in real life it kind of scares me with cats getting wet in real life, but with hand drawn animation, it's not that bad. And yeah, it's 9:25, 5 more minutes, Jake Martin. Let's see if we can do something else. Yeah, also how even though yes, they could have just kept Linda Valentine voicing Percy in this one, either the Percy with his crossface from Magic Railroad saying "bother no hitter" from Dragon Tales, like when he says "what legend is," but make Michelangelo say "leave it to the big engine's Percy," but Henry still in his Kevin Frank voice saying "of an engine whose magic makes her more powerful than Diesel will ever be. That's why he wants to find her. Then we better find her first. Leave it to the big engines, Percy. Leave it to the big engine, Percy. Little engines can't do big things, especially when they have nice blue paint like me. Hey, just watch what happens to that blue puffball when Harold the Flopper Chopper flies past here. Right. Routine flyby chops. Hello. The boss stuff sneezing powder everywhere. Let's start laughing now. Oh, sorry. Dust on. Got to go. Bye now. Did you mean to look like that? Oh, no. And neither did I. This must be Diesel's doing. True who? Dear Mr. Conductor, where were you? Yeah. Yeah, also, yeah. Oh, what else can I do? Hold on. Yeah, I know for Toby's, when he did his Cow and the Lion crossface, when he does Bother Miami or Bust from Dragon Tales, when he does his "You couldn't help it, Edward. They never met cows. I have, and I know the trouble they are." But yeah. Plus, I think for the Thomas VHS collection, it wouldn't be so bad. But like I said, I have to unfortunately sit through Percy's Promise out of sync on Thomas's Friends Help Out. Even though it's funny, I'm not sure about the 2004 ink label of Trust Thomas and Other Stories. I hope it doesn't do the same as the DVD, but it still would play the old Hit Entertainment logo at the beginning, because this was the 2004 ink label. The very last Trust Thomas of the ink label was 2004. Maybe it could play the 2000. It shows the 2003 through 2006 Hit Entertainment logo at the beginning, but it has the new style Anchor Bay logo. Because I know the 2000 VHS and 2003 VHS, they showed the standard Anchor Bay logo, the silent version. But yeah. What else can I say? Yeah. Also, if I could get some Bob the Builder VHS tapes, Jake Martin, I wouldn't mind having the same release on both VHS and DVD, because like I said, I can get used to the theme song of Bob the Builder. Both the versions of the original classic series of Bob the Builder, the version 1, which just does have kids' voices, but the male voice actor is still singing the theme song, but the version 2 is just a simple one with a different kind of deeper voice. And yeah. And William Waltrip says the 2003 version of Toss gets checked as both the Anchor Bay and Stranger's Yellows. I meant. Okay, that's what you're trying to say. It's okay, William Waltrip. We all make mistakes. And Thomas and Friends fan 2007 says I like Bob the Builder Project Pill. That's cool, Thomas and Friends 2007. At least it's the same as the original Bob the Builder. At least they're still in their claymation models, which is good. Yeah. Also, yes, if I did get Track Stars on VHS, unfortunately, Jake Martin, to make that work as well, unfortunately, actually I can do this, so I don't have to listen to the Emily song, the short version. I can just mute it, so I don't have to listen to it.
But yes, I still have to unfortunately look at the screen, which sucks. If I get track stars on VHS, that is. I can just mute it once Emily's New Route is over, but once the Emily Song short version starts to play, I'll mute it so I don't have to listen to it. But make sure the tape still plays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Even if I got the ones leading up to track stars on VHS, I would do this to make the tapes play fine. But yeah, I think it's getting close to 9:30, so I think we'll do one more thing really quick. I think we'll do one quick impression. Like, you know how this one, like, when Emmy says when they first meet Quetzal in To Fly with Dragons, and Emmy says, "You speak Spanish?" And then Quetzal says, "Sí, I came from Mexico." Even though it's supposed to be even though he's meant to say Mexico. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of strange if you ask me, but yeah. Okay, yeah, it's 9:30, Jake Barnes, so I'm going to go ahead and end off this stream.
Okay.
I'll let you leave, and I'll go ahead and sign off, and I'll just go ahead and sign off, and yeah, I'll let you go, and I'll quickly end off the stream to say thanks for having to have some people on my stream.
Okay.
Yep, see ya.
See ya.
See ya. Well, anyways, yep, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Me doing a part 3 of my 2023 edition of my Thomas Home Media Collection, the 2023 edition, part 3. Hopefully stick around for a part 4 coming up possibly next week, because I have something to do this week, something else cool, but it could do other things. So anyways, yep, this is it for the stream, everyone. Hopefully you guys had fun joining me on my stream of showing part 3 of my Thomas Home Media Collection, the 2023 edition. And hopefully stick around for a different stream coming sometime this week as well. Depends on the day. So yep, this is going to be it for everyone, and stick around for another stream coming soon.